Good morning. This is day one of mandatory quarantine, as far as, well, my kids being home. And I can't help but realize that this is a real thing. And I think that I knew it was like a little stressor, but I didn't think that it was as big as it is. Like, and with everything closing. With everything closing, it makes me like, should I be stressing a little bit more than I am? Because it's a stress, but it's not as like, it's a small stress, but it's not as big as, maybe I should, actually be putting a little bit more into it. I definitely know that it's a bigger agenda. And with all of that being said and done, and regardless if it's man-made agenda or if it's God's agenda, I know that there is an agenda, but it's still something to be taken a little more serious than I think I am. Especially with them closing the restaurants and the bars. I was like, oh, maybe I should actually. Good morning. But it comes at a time for me, and I know. Good morning. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. It comes at a time for me, and I know, like a lot of other people, you already had life going on prior to this. You already had situations and things and stresses that you were facing and trying to navigate through. And so it kind of makes it that much more heavy, overwhelming, I should say. But what I had to tell myself, and, I'll share with you, is that don't let what current state the world is in, or the situations that the state is in and facing. Yes, Bowie. What's the matter? You want to take it off? Don't let what's going on, downplay what you previously had already going on, like what you were already facing. Because sometimes you could go through stuff and be like, oh, yes, Bowie. What? Are you complaining because your leg is caught in a blanket? Yeah? Okay, I just took it out. Yeah. Sometimes when other situations arise, it's kind of like, oh, well, maybe, no, I think life is still happening even in epidemic like this. Even in situations like this, life is still happening. And it does put stuff into perspective, but it doesn't mean that everything else is null and void. It doesn't. Unfortunately, life is still going on. You still got to live your life, and, you still have to face everything else that's coming along with it. God gives us strength for a reason, and you just have to tap into it. And I know that's easier said than done. Trust me, as I'm saying this, I'm saying it to myself as well. But I like to talk, and I like to share. I don't really consider myself as a person that, well, maybe I did. I'll take that back. I used to like to give advice. But I see now at this point in my life that giving advice sometimes does more damage than good, because it can guide or charge a person's decision on their situation or their life based on whatever, where your advice was stemming from. And so what I like to do now is just to share. And I let people, like my mother always say, take the meat and spit out the bones. You choose the information that you want to apply to your life. And I feel that as I share, sorry, I'm helping someone, whether it's directly or indirectly. Something I have said has touched you, and helped you and reached you in that area or that point in your life where you're at. So I figured I would share, and my new normal in this quarantine for however long it lasts. Share some funny, share my life. That always helps me. It's very therapeutic for me. So this is day 1 of kids home. Stay tuned.